Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Group Chat. We have an amazing episode as always, really. I mean, numbers are growing. We haven't patted ourselves on the back in a while. We used to really be like way more arrogant.
Huge numbers, huge success.
The media won't report it.
The media does not want to report it.
See all these guys in the back? Turn the cameras around.
Turn it around. See everybody here? We got whites everywhere.
There's so many whites. Literally a crowd of them. And there's Pete. So Pete's back, and we have a good debate this episode about Pete's ads, and is he making progress, and who's responsible for his progress, if there is any.
Yeah, am I getting a cut of this?
No.
I should start getting a cut.
That's for sure.
Don't you get a raise?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
I'm getting greedy.
Yeah, you're
in
lucky
a
you get
pandemic.
paid. You have unemployment in this country.
Jesus, and Pete has a new nickname, so we'll let you all know that too.
And he has unlimited groceries here. There's always just shipments coming in of food and bubbly and
This guy, and all he does is eats our protein shakes and or bars and free Costa Brava.
Yeah.
So this guy's whole meal is free. Yep.
I was told to order it by Anand, so.
Notice you didn't say that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're going to obviously talk about all things Corona. A lot to talk about. I have what I think is going to be the new mask crisis.
Okay.
Really going to divide the country, I think.
Yes.
We're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about earthquakes. Apparently we are in some heavy danger. Corruption. Should I interest you in maybe a little bit of corruption talk?
I love corruption.
And of course, all things Donald Trump, TikTok. Just everything you need to know in the world. Lebanon, it's a real iffy situation over there in Lebanon.
And we have the new vice presidential candidate.
Oh yeah, we do. We open up with that.
Big news.
Very interesting. We're going to talk about it. Okay, make sure that you head on over to our website at melrosestreetjournal.com. We've been going really hard with the articles. Check it out. Subscribe to our newsletter. Group Chat Pod on Instagram. And if you really love us, rate and review us on the iTunes store. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Hey guys, what day is it? Wednesday? Well, actually now it's Tuesday night. I got to adjust for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so today is Tuesday. If you're on your regular schedule, it's Wednesday, but we're posting at night now. So, really big news for the Indian community.
Big news. We have potentially the next president of the United States is going to be Indian.
I would say 1/2 of your people just became almost 1/2 of the potential leader of the nation.
We love the Hindus.
Yep.
Do you think Donald Trump loves this Hindu?
Not this Hindu.
Am I allowed to say that? Like, how's that work?
I'm not offended.
Like, if I walked into a place and I said, "What's up, my Hindus?"
I'll say, as a person of influence in the Indian community, you could say Hindus.
God, I got my H card pass.
Yeah, you got an H pass.
Yeah. Okay, so big day.
Yeah.
He said he was going to pick a woman. I believe he might have said he was going to pick a minority woman even.
Yeah.
Put himself in a real box. Really, Kamala Harris was the only choice.
I mean, really, like, ethnic as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, half Jamaican, half Indian.
Checked all the boxes.
Born where?
Oakland, California.
Oakland.
Ooh,
Went to
nice.
Howard University.
Went to Howard.
Ugh. Check those boxes, Joe.
Former Attorney General of California.
City Attorney's Office in San Francisco. Now re-elected Attorney General of California in 2010. Re-elected in 2014.
Yep.
So she's been very involved in California politics.
She dated someone really interesting, right? Like, she dated like the former former mayor of San Francisco, right? She has like some funny, interesting dating history.
Interesting.
It's not in her wiki personal page.
We're going to learn about all that here now. In the
Everything's
going
to come out.
Yeah, we're going to learn about her prosecution record. I was telling Anand once again, I mean, I know all we've been talking about in the last 7 episodes is Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan experience.
But there was a group of guys on there that are like criminal justice reform guys, and they were going in on her. I didn't listen to it, but they were going in on her about her prosecution record.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bad.
I mean, we're going to learn everything. But here's the interesting thing.
By the time this episode comes out, I'm sure the media is ripped into shreds.
Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah. She's going to be in Pizzagate. She's going to be in everything.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I think the SJ Dubs only care about like minority women. You got my vote.
What are the SJ Dubs?
Social justice warrior.
Okay.
You know?
But, I think there were other women that people were kind of hoping for.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it's. I think it's the best choice, but she's from California. At the end of the day,
Yep.
like she doesn't really help from an electoral standpoint in the West Coast. You're going to get all those votes anyways.
She does not help at all against the like
moderate white guy.
No, you're not getting the middle with her.
No,
But I also think that's been a flawed strategy, that it doesn't matter. Because
what doesn't matter?
you know, the typical punditry would have said, you go get a white dude from Wisconsin or Iowa
No,
or,
I
or
was saying
Michigan.
get a black woman from the South and energize those people. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's where the election's going to be won. Texas, Florida.
I mean, Biden's from Delaware. And-
Where is Delaware?
I don't even know.
Nobody knows where Delaware
But it
is.
worked for
I literally have
Obama.
no idea.
What?
No, Biden from Delaware and
But where's Delaware on that?
I
map?
know.
Northeast.
I was gonna say it's up there in the corner, right?
It's like Rhode Island.
It's
no
one of those
knows where
little
Rhode
ones.
That's like
Island is.
way up there.
No one knows where New
It's one
Hampshire
of those
is.
little ones up in the top right.
It's,
Up by
yeah,
Maine?
it's
one of
New
those
York,
little
Wisconsin,
guys.
LA. That's all I know.
Delaware.
God, how
Delaware is where
stupid.
you go to go form your corporation.
I'll tell you who doesn't know where it is.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
But I don't think, I honestly, sadly, don't think the vice president choice even matters. Like, McCain came close to Obama with a woman from Alaska.
Yeah. I think on this one it does.
I
though.
think it does because nobody thinks it's going to last. So I think it actually matters that you're picking someone that potentially could be president. She ran for president. She obviously wants the job. So
You know what I think is in a time where everything is so like, there's so much outrage going on and stuff like that. It's a real chance to like kind of show like where you stand. Like I think just him picking a minority woman will gain so many votes from
Yes.
that crowd.
Well, the reason why Hillary lost a lot of those swing states is the black vote didn't turn out
yeah.
in Wisconsin, in Ohio, and they just kind of threw their hands up. I don't like either, and didn't show up to the polls.
And the thing is Joe Biden is not out doing the podcast circuit. He's doing very select news. He's not doing like Clay Travis like Donald Trump is. Kamala Harris can speak really, really eloquently. Send her everywhere. She'll be the face of the campaign.
Yeah.
She's very articulate. She's tough. Young people are going to like her. So, Joe can stay in the basement. Let her go do all the talk shows, go do the circuit.
Yeah, if the calculation is she's going to help voter turnout on the left and get the Twitter fingers to get off Twitter and go vote,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that's what their
I
calculation
think that's
was.
the move. And Joe's going to be in the basement like, who's this woman running for president?
She really sings some great things.
This might be tough.
I mean, I would have never thought there would be, seeing like someone from Indian descent potentially be in the White House is kind of insane. Because I was a Hillary supporter, and seeing that, I always assumed Hillary would be president. Like I just made that assumption.
Yeah. I think that was where we went wrong.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
exactly.
Quick Twitter scan. The crooked media guys, who are basically the voice of the left, very happy with this choice.
Okay.
Matt Belinsky, friend of the pod, says Joe Biden has finally fell victim to clownhood, and he's just been roasting Kamala Harris.
So who's his pick? Who's his pick?
I don't know. You should ask
I
him.
think he said Susan Rice.
Okay, that
Yeah.
So the Pod Save guys love it.
pod save guys love it.
Huh.
They're doing like a victory lap
Really?
on Twitter.
Okay.
How do you do a victory lap on Twitter?
They each keep retweeting each other back.
That's what it is.
Okay.
The
That's
victory
the
lap is
job.
you retweet the retweet. You just go in circles. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure, like we said, by the time this episode comes out, all the dirt will be out.
Yeah.
I'm sure she somehow knew Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, of course. There's at her, first marriage or something like that.
And then we'll see. There'll be lots of updates, and I think you're right. I think probably lots of press to talk about.
Yeah, I think she's the one that should be front and center.
Yeah.
And I agree. Even Donald Trump today was saying, like, who cares about the vice president? Mike, he literally was doing an interview, and he literally was like, nobody knows the vice president. It could be George Washington's ghost. It could be Vice President Joe Biden.
He said,
He's like, but Mike Pence is a great guy. He's a great guy.
Oh my God.
so what Dee's referring to is he went on Clay Travis, a guy that has basically become the voice of the sports right.
Yeah.
So everyone loves kneeling. He's an anti-kneeler. He's anti-politics in
Got it.
sports. But
It's a
like
good niche.
he takes that approach on every single topic.
Yeah.
NBA's bowing to China, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Donald Trump went on his radio show today and did a 20. So he's doing a sports media tour.
That's amazing.
So he did Barstool Sports.
Yes.
He's doing this sports
Doing
media
a social
show.
media sports.
And
He's still reaching millions of
Oh
people.
yeah,
doing
no,
this.
it's
smart,
big. It's
yeah.
smart, and you're getting softball questions, so
Yeah.
you don't get backed into anything. He didn't ask him anything that
Jordan or
only do
LeBron.
those.
Yeah, he said Jordan
Yes.
and LeBron. How do you think Tom Brady's
Jordan.
doing Tampa Bay?
said
He had Jordan.
Yeah, it's more.
He's like,
He didn't
he's
even, because and then he was like, Jordan never talked about politics.
oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think.
And then
Jordan,
he talked about Tom Brady
Brady.
going to the Buccaneers. Then went and
He should only do those.
Yeah, I agree. And then Clay Travis couldn't even get a word in. He would ask him one question, there'd be a 10-minute tangent, and then he's like, the dollar is very strong right now. The dollar, because of the China virus.
called it the China plague. a
China
few
plague,
times.
the dollar.
What's really funny with the China virus thing is he sort of backed off of it. Like somebody
Yeah.
got through to him, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm tripling down."
Yeah.
And now it turned into China virus, and China sent us this gift, and blah blah blah.
So my guess is what's been leaked through a lot of publications is he didn't take the virus that seriously in April because it was only affecting blue states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he pulled back from the China virus. He's like, I could probably get more trade deals done. I could get things done.
yeah.
Then when it started affecting the red states, which are his voters,
Yeah.
which now it's affecting all the red states,
Yeah.
he had to give them a
Ratchet it up.
message.
Yeah, you're right. Ah, man, I love it. Okay, well, we'll see, and we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Speaking of red states, blue states, me states, you states,
Yeah.
freaking COVID response.
Yeah.
We got some interesting polls on vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be interesting. I feel like this is going to be I feel like the mask thing was a precursor to the real show.
Yeah.
That was the warm up. The real show is how people are going to treat vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some interesting numbers. Apparently, 1 in 3 Americans would absolutely refuse a free COVID vaccine.
Refuse it.
Refuse it.
They're coming to your house. Hey, you get to live your life, do whatever you want. No.
Free. No, thank you.
Inject me.
No, Bill Gates, stay out of my bloodstream.
Yeah.
53% of Republicans would shut it down, say no. 81%. This is actually interesting to me because I really felt, maybe I'm wrong. I felt like there was like a heavy like anti-vax or anti-conspiracy thing in the Democratic world, but apparently 81% of Democrats say they would take the shot immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's more of a Republican. I'm confused.
It's really all over the place, and I think the issue is before we kind of dive into it is that 4 in 10 non-white Americans said they would also not get the vaccine, despite disproportionately affecting Black and Hispanic communities. So here's the problem. So that I think the first question that should be asked to these people would be like, do you think the virus is real? Because I think the answer is clearly
True.
they don't.
That's true.
So why do I need a vaccine for a virus that's not real?
I think it's two things. I think it's number one, a virus isn't real, and number two, you just don't trust it. Like I think that there's people, and I would say almost rightfully so, in the Black community that see it's disproportionately affecting them and blah blah blah, and they think that might be a little fishy.
Yeah.
Well, now what? Now you're going to give us all a vaccine? You're just going to speed up the process?
I'm okay with that. If they choose not to take it and then all the white people go get it,
Yeah.
and then what happens in a year from now when it's white power all the way.
But the scariest part of all this, what do you think the numbers would have been under both George Bush and Obama? Let's say the China virus came
Yeah.
in 2004 and 2010.
I'll tell you.
What do you think the percentages would be on who would take the vaccine?
I'll tell you why
hard to
that
call.
is not totally fair, because social media has a lot to do with people's emotions. And I think people's choices are being swayed because you mentioned, I posted a joke the other day about on my Instagram about you're so worried about Bill Gates putting a chip in you, but you're happily, Steve Jobs sold you
I
one
saw
for
that.
$1,000. So it's like, the problem is that you're getting your information not from directly the source anymore. You're getting it from third parties that are untrusted. So we're able to manipulate whatever thing we want. So for example, Vladimir Putin came out today. They have the vaccine. They are already producing it. His daughter, they took a picture of her getting an injection. She was the first one to get the vaccine. Like, if any moron believes that, that Vladimir Putin has the vaccine before the rest of the fuck. If anyone has it, it's China, not fucking poor ass third world Russia with a dictator running it. And then, oh yeah, here's my daughter. This fake picture of my daughter getting it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Getting a vitamin C shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to your point on social media, you could go on Twitter right now and find doctors who still say hydrochloroquine. I can't even pronounce it. You get better at pronouncing that one, Drama. How do you say it?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, our friend Brendan Schaub is saying on one of the biggest podcasts in the world over and over that he took it and it cured it.
and so you'll have doctors on Twitter that have the MD on their Twitter tag saying that works.
Yep.
Then you have doctors that are saying herd immunity is the way to go. Then you have doctors that say shelter in place, put your mask on. So to your point, D, I agree. When you're having quote unquote professionals being able to distribute information to the masses with no unified message.
Yeah. Plus, what's Trump going to say?
Yeah.
We don't know, right? Like, who knows? I can't even guess. Obviously, the guess is no. I don't know the guess.
I actually think he's pro-vaccine.
If you get Barron, I want to see a photo of Barron getting injected in his arm.
Yeah. I mean, Barron looks like he's not. He seems like he has that real Aryan blood. He'll be fine.
Well, I
I
want
feel
to
like
see
one
it.
of those. He's like that Texas
Shoot it in his
artery.
neck.
Like
I want-
there's the big ones.
I want Jared Kushner with an IV in his neck. But that's the question, right? Like, I think that'll have a lot to do with it. If he casts any doubt, even in one of his slick little things, Bill Gates, no one's taking it.
Yeah. I mean, given how much resources the government has put into pre-buying vaccines, I just think he's on the page of
I agree.
buying vaccines.
Good for the economy.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah, exactly. The stock market would explode if there was a vaccine.
I heard a great take. Someone was saying that if Trump had early on went all masks and told the public your Democratic governors are trying to shut down the country, wear a mask and we could stay open, that would have been the best political calculation. And then just saying we would be open if everyone wore a mask and just wear a mask. I'm the economy president.
The problem is, and this is where
He played it wrong.
But here's the problem: is that no matter what Donald Trump says, everyone takes the opposite view. So so put the mask thing aside because that's so hypothetical. But if today Donald Trump said vaccine all the way, I'm sure then the Democrats, the people on the left, will be like, no, I'm not taking the vaccine.
I agree. He said that today on the Great Travis Show. I've debated saying what I don't believe to get the media to go the other way, and I win that way.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yes.
I think that is the right answer because I don't think that.
But here's the scary part is politics in 2000. Like people would say, oh, did Bill Clinton get credit for the economy or did technology create the economic boom in the 90s? 2008, post-Obama, he gets credit for a great economy. Now we're talking about our health. And we're talking about 160,000 people died and we've politicized it. And like, I think we're the only country to have politicized it to this extent. And it's really exposing all the flaws in the way we consume news, the way our politics are. And I don't care who wants to take credit for Dow 27,000. That doesn't affect my daily life. But if you have a virus that's not contained because of politics, it's a big difference.
Totally. And I think that, look, the difference is it would have allowed, I think either way, America and Americans weren't built to deal with this virus. Because if Trump would have said wear a mask, no one would have worn a mask. If he said don't, or whatever. But I do think it would have allowed him to blame, either way the economy would have ended up in a pretty bad spot. This would have allowed him to blame that on Democrats. Where now you have to be a pretty big dummy or just blind, ignorant follower of Trump to not see that his handling is what caused this to last so long.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. He had a choice, a fork in the road. Do you go hard on no mask and like fuck it? Or do you go hard on when he chose the wrong way?
So we know he doesn't read anything, but someone must have been in his ears saying this is a New York problem. This isn't going to be a problem in the red states.
A lot of smart people discounted the virus. A lot of
that's
smart
true.
people did.
I mean, people did rip into him when he banned travel from China.
Yeah.
Yes.
He always says that over and over, but that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that happened, people
You're
were
shutting
like,
down our borders?
he's racist.
I remember, when did he shut down travel from China?
That week, the full week of the shutdown.
Was that March or?
But I remember when we went to the Super Bowl, going to the LAX, and that's early February.
Yeah.
the international terminal was a ghost town.
Yeah.
And it was so easy to get to our terminal because there was zero international traffic.
Yeah, man. The crazy thing to me is how much we're still in like the thick of it. Like there's a part of me that feels like we're still in the maybe second quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I think we just have decided we're gonna do this like pseudo open, which is what we have now, and wait for a vaccine.
Yeah.
There's no other plan, right?
No.
No, and it's just you're gonna get to the vaccine problem. You're gonna get to the reality of all these jobs still not being there. How long can you just give people money? Like there's so many massive problems still just looming.
And the only positive news I've read on Twitter that a few smart people were tweeting, but to our earlier point, who knows what's true, that you only need 10 to 20% of the population to get herd immunity because the T cells from the common cold are helping defeat the symptoms of COVID.
Yep.
So
I heard that too.
That's why New
That's
York
new data.
That's why New York may be able to reopen because they hit that 10 to 20%.
Yep. It's funny. I have a friend who found out that she had the antibodies, and like now they hound
The China
her.
antibodies?
The China virus.
For plasma.
Yeah, that's just how it works now. If you're one of the chosen ones, they're on you.
Wow.
You know, it's like when you call the wrong whatever, you start getting spam.
She went and got an antibody test though.
And she had it. She had the antibodies, not the
I
virus.
I need to get that test. I don't know why I keep getting the swab for.
No, you need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's drawing blood, right? Or is it a prick?
Whatever.
It's a prick.
I'm a prick. It's a prick.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Get pricked. Get pricked, prick. That should be the advertisement. Okay, I have a headline for you that I want to read, and I would like the listeners to go through a little exercise and see if you can guess. More masks than jellyfish.
Can you figure out what that's about?
Go ahead, take a moment. More masks than jellyfish. It's a little riddle. I'll tell you what. It's what's going on in our oceans. So, you know, us being humans, not exactly being the best at finding the recycle bin. Apparently a new problem is that there's just masks all in the ocean.
Yep.
So there's that.
The SJ Dubs can't be happy.
SJ Dubs are pissed.
I mean, sustainability is in the toilet.
So are any of these masks, like has anyone took the sustainable
I have a sustainable mask. We just launched it.
available now?
Bamboo.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Fully
Is that Clean
sustainable,
Monster?
soft.
Great fitting.
Great if you have mask knee.
Yes.
It's great for that.
Yep.
And when you're finished, throw it in the ocean.
That's where it's going to end up anywhere. You might as well just take a bucket and just chuck it out.
So basically, get all your friends.
You
round
what
them
have to
all
do
up.
is take a mask and put it around a turtle. It's going to end up there anyway.
Yeah, wrap it around a turtle.
Take a mask, wrap it in plastic straws.
Just throw it at turtles.
I mean, the amount of waste that has been caused by PPE. I mean, you're talking. There were this is in the Guardian in Europe, and in France, the government ordered 2 billion disposable masks. That's France. That is not a massive country like America or China.
Yeah, China.
I think they're distributing it to Africa. I think that's the. That's
You
the
know
flow
everyone
is
panicked.
France. Okay.
You know everyone
that's where
panicked
they're
and-
just bringing it through.
Yeah.
But you know everyone did that. Everyone panicked and over-ordered.
Yeah, so you're talking every country on earth
Yeah.
has ordered disposable mask, disposable plastic gloves, God knows what, the gowns, this. Where is all? People were worried about H&M 6 months ago. H&M? There's more plastic gloves than H&M is worth.
Yep. Throw it in the ocean. I'm telling you, man. I feel like for years you're going to be like out in Malibu just getting a rubber glove floating up.
I mean, like the amount. I run everywhere. When I go running, all I see is masks. That is the waste. Before I used to see condoms. Like always, I guess a lot of people are having sex on the sidewalks.
You know, both two different types of protection.
But now, like, it's just full blown mask everywhere I go.
Which virus are you trying to stop? You know.
Yeah.
You
It's
choose.
true. You gotta pick.
Yeah, I think masks are the new condoms. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit, man. I mean, just that. Well, that's another thing that'll creep up.
Yeah.
And I don't think masks aren't. We're gonna be wearing masks for the.
If no one's going to
So
take the
if you're-
vaccine,
Yeah. So what? 5 years?
If you're a social justice warrior, are you madder about people not wearing masks or jellyfish?
I think masks because jellyfish is still too down the road. You didn't get there yet.
Jellyfish sting. Fuck them.
Yeah, but it's
Can
the
I
little
insult
turtles.
jellyfishes, or is there a group that's going to come after
I
me?
don't think they're
fuck
big
them.
enough that we care. It's all the little fishes and the little turtles, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause they're
turtles
getting
I
it
know.
too.
Plus, they killed Steve Irwin.
Jellyfish?
No, that wasn't
Yeah.
a fucking
It's
jellyfish.
a stingray.
That was a stingray.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck them too.
That's like saying a dog and a brown bear are the same thing. Okay. All right. Here's another interesting one. Air passenger traffic this is fucking, man, I love humans. Okay. Air passenger traffic is down 75%. Okay, cool. Makes total sense. No news there. But the TSA found 3 times the amount of guns
Yeah.
as in July of last year.
So all this tells me is that not that there's 3 times more guns being used. It's just that now that TSA has time to properly check people.
Oh, that's the take you're taking.
That's a good take.
Because I mean, we've all traveled with people that have brought plenty of drugs on flights. Nothing ever gets stopped. Nothing.
That's true.
I'm sure.
Never a gun though. Have you ever known someone who got a gun through on accident?
I'll tell you, I didn't see it through the TSA, but I remember I was at Delta one time, and I think I had to check in a bag. So I'm checking at the bag, and this guy comes up to the gate where the bag check. It was for, I had samples, so it was like oversized baggage. I was the only one there. Another guy comes. This guy's sweating, bleeding.
From where?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell is going on? I was freaked out. And he had a hard case in his hand. And he goes to that, odd shape. And they're like, can we help you? Are you okay? And he's like, I got to check this in. And they're like, what is it? He goes, it's a gun. So
And you heard him say that.
yes, he opens it up because you have to show it. He opens it up, shows it. I'm like, you're going to let this guy like bleeding? I'm like, this guy looks like he just got to a gun.
He's bleeding out of his head?
And they're like, cool. They slapped his ticket and just let him go.
Oh my God.
And I literally was like, if this guy's on my flight, I'm not going. Like,
He sits right next to you.
yeah.
James Bond doesn't
I
get
feel like I
scuffed
was
like
maybe
that.
on that trip. Is there a chance I was on that trip?
You might have been.
I feel like you came afterwards to the game. Like there was a fucking guy just bleeding at the. I feel like that happened or something similar.
Yeah.
They don't really. I don't trust any of our protections when you get off a plane, even in customs. I remember once with a friend of mine, we were coming home from Asia, and his family had a place in Asia. And we're coming home, and he had a suitcase full of almonds because his mom was like, "You got to get the almonds home." So this full suitcase full of almonds. We're like, they ask us like, whatever questions. And then when you go through the second screening where they check your bags,
Yeah.
they were like, what's in the bag? And he's like, almonds. He didn't want to lie because if he gets pulled over,
Yeah.
and they're like, come on in, welcome home. We're like, isn't that what you're supposed to stop?
Yeah.
When you enter the country, you're not supposed to bring in food and produce and all this stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're like, if you're not stopping the guy who's admitting that he's bringing in almonds.
I bet the real rates are probably horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm curious to see, given the climate. I mean, air travel is pretty much toast, realistically, for foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Probably next summer is probably the next time you'll see. Like, there will be an uptick in holiday travel because people do go home or whatever, but like, or travel in general. But it's not going to be like last year.
Yeah.
It's gonna take. So TSA, my guess, is going to have to like, start being stricter.
Because I can't think of any other reason why there'd be 3 times more guns.
Especially on flights.
People are clearly buying more guns. Gun sales are through the roof.
Yeah, sure.
So they're just like, I'm just going to travel with them. Do you go to jail if you get caught with a gun in TSA?
I think it depends on the state. It depends on the state, if the gun's legal, blah, blah, blah,
Or is it just a slap on the wrist?
I think in a lot of places it's just a slap on the wrist.
Because if people are carrying at this rate on planes, the punishment can't be that bad if you're willing to risk it.
Well, a lot of people forget too, I think one of the big things is people like have a gun in their backpack for whatever. A lot of people carry guns and then they throw some clothes in and go and they forget.
I always fear that I'm like, those drugs I got that one time, they're going to be in that bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used
I'm
to.
just gonna be
I used to be
arrested.
worried, like that, even like a bullet or something. Anyway, I don't know. But I'd say Dee's story is the only one that makes total sense.
Right. And the one update on rich people's travel, They're all going to Croatia. That's where Americans are going. I've
I
heard
think they're
multiple groups of people of means have told me they're going to Croatia.
I mean, my
next week or
Instagram
two.
feed is all Croatia.
Yeah.
I have two different friends.
So Americans who had the itch, it was Cabo in July. August is for Croatia.
You know what I just realized is we're never going to get invited on any of these Croatia trips because we're just ratting everyone out. Live from Croatia where all the white people are.
That would be a fire group chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know we'd do it.
Honestly, I've been to Croatia. I don't like it.
That's a cold
What's
take.
it like?
That's a cold
Beaches?
take. Yeah, it's beaches
Well,
and
the
boats.
beaches are rocky, which I don't. Even in Italy, a lot of beaches are rocky.
So
Which
they're all on boats.
I don't want to go and
Yeah, you
sit
got
on
to step
rocks.
your game up. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
there's no
rocky
rocks
on the
a boat.
yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the yacht. Of course not. I don't have a yacht,
Rocky,
so I'm.
disgusting.
The water is amazing. in
He's like
Croatia.
bloodying his feet.
Ugh.
I didn't even
Peasant.
go. I was like, this is stupid. The water is really nice.
Yeah.
Way too much seafood for me.
Yeah.
Croatia's not for me.
Okay.
I thought it was stupid.
Well, I bet if you could afford a boat, it'd be a little different.
Sure, if we're on a boat and we just like, oh, we're
The
leaving
vegetarian
Corsica
chef.
and we're going to stopping by Croatia. Like, oh, that's Croatia. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Nice, I saw it. Okay. Don't get me off this fucking boat.
Okay. All right.
So, quick report on guns. You may transport unloaded firearms in a loaded hard sided container as checked baggage only. And you must
That's what
declare
That's what D's
Right.
bloody home.
Yeah.
As long as it was unloaded, he can come in bloody. As long as it's in a hard case, they check it, he's good.
I'm just curious, like in California right now, if I went to the airport and got stopped with a gun in TSA, what happens to me? Or no, let me say this. In a state where you can concealed carry.
Like Florida.
Yeah, like do they just say like, fuck, what are you doing, dude?
Next to our balls, I'll just leave with the gun.
All right.
Well, if somebody has answers, tweet it at us.
Huh?
Excuse me. If somebody has answers, tweet them
They
at
do,
us.
they will. Someone tweet it and tell us.
Yeah.
Because do you get a ticket or like what do you get? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
You could just send me there and I could find
We
out.
can send you
real
there and
quickly.
hook you up with a gun and buy you a plane
See
ticket.
what happens. It's research, I swear.
It's journalism.
Yeah.
Okay, next thing is, so the other night, I don't know if we talked about this. I was trying to remember if we talked about this or not. The other night, everyone was woken up in the middle of the night by an earthquake. And, you know, that's part of the game here in LA. But I think there's this looming kind of fear that the big one, like I think everyone in LA, everyone in California talks about the big one. You guys were around and have memories of the last big one. But it looks like we're getting some warning signs that the big one could be right around the corner.
Yeah, this is really scary.
As we sit on the 11th floor of a
Yeah.
rickety old building.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know
might
if
be
this
the end
building's
of,
earthquake retrofitted.
This landlord cuts costs. That last inspection.
So a swarm of small earthquakes have hit California near the Mexican border. It's considered part of the southeastern part of the Salton Sea, which I didn't even know existed. It's kind of like Delaware.
Okay.
There's a series of small earthquakes from 3.2 to 4 point kind of range,
Okay.
and they're concerned that this particular group of earthquakes can erupt onto the San Andreas Fault, which hasn't had like a major earthquake since 1680 or 1690, so a very long time.
The San Andreas Fault?
Yeah.
That's
And
why
so-
it's the big one?
Yeah, and it's supposedly every
shit.
250 years that fault has ruptured. So in general, there's a 20% chance of a magnitude of 7 or larger on this part of the San Andreas Fault over the next 30 years. And normally in a given week, there is a 1 in 10,000 chance of a magnitude 7 earthquake on the San Andreas Fault. This week, they're saying it's a 1 in 100 chance.
Apparently, this happened in 2016.
Yeah.
So
1 in 100 is really
What happened in 2016?
the same 1 in 100 chance because a swarm happened then.
So it's 1%. This is similar to getting COVID.
Yep.
You know,
Imagine if
mean?
you had both.
like, you know, there's a risk, right? You could go out into the world and, get
And die.
COVID and die.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the testing rate is much higher.
Yeah.
10% or
Yeah.
something.
And then with the earthquakes, there's 1% chance there could be a 7+ earthquake is kind of nuts.
Yeah. That's
And if LA real estate doesn't go down after that,
Yeah, if I can't get a house,
Although, yeah, but here's the thing. You just got it out of the way.
yeah.
You know, lightning
Yeah.
doesn't strike twice.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so you get that thing out of the way, property values
You just have
skyrocket.
to survive.
Yeah, if you and your house survived, you can sell it. So what happens in a 7.0 earthquake? I mean, you guys were around for the big...
6 something.
6'9".
Yeah.
That was 6'9"?
Northridge was 6'9".
Damn.
It was devastating.
Your deck fell?
We had like an outdoor deck roof thing fell. Everything in the house on to the middle of the house, like the whole. I mean, it shakes.
And it felt long, you said, right?
Oh, it was
It was
terrifying.
48 seconds, felt like 4 days.
Yeah,
48 seconds is long.
long. I
When
mean,
there
it
were
was
5 seconds, it's like, whoa.
violent shaking, and I probably didn't sleep for years after.
Oh, that
That's why you
definitely
stopped sleeping
traumatized.
problems.
That definitely traumatized me. I couldn't sleep at all. for years.
Amanda was saying,
Yeah.
like a year ago, we had some littler ones, and you were like, this is it, this is it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you still have PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And what was really crazy about the Northridge earthquake is that it was the way it impacted blocks, city blocks, was it was rolling.
Yeah.
So you'd see one block of houses that were fine, and the next block just completely ravaged.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
am I safe in a building? Like, is this building a little sketchy?
I mean, you live in a brand new building, so I'm sure it's retrofitted for
Yeah,
earthquakes.
they told me it was. What about this one?
What about this building?
This
they have
building,
to be
probably not
they,
so much.
they have to be checked. So
Right.
they passed some sort of city
Well,
test.
especially after the Northridge earthquake, there were so many buildings that collapsed. The laws got stricter.
So buildings did collapse in Northridge.
Oh yeah,
Well, no, the biggest thing that happened was one apartment complex in Northridge crumbled.
Like
and
a 3-story? Like, what are we talking
yeah, it
about?
was like a 4-story, but it was poor, shoddy construction.
Yeah.
Sadly, by an Indian owner who fled the country.
Fled the country.
Smart move.
And there weren't that many debts. Most of the debts came
Yeah.
from that that complex.
Yeah.
Got it.
A bridge in Palmdale, I remember, collapsed.
Yeah.
And I think a
freeway.
cop died. Oh, yeah, freeway.
Yeah.
I think a cop died. But it was sub 50 debts,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy considering the billions of dollars in destruction
Yeah.
that it caused.
You live. It's just scary.
Yeah, it's fucking scary, man. The moment you have a time to think there is an earthquake happening and then you still have to wait it out,
Yeah.
it's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
And the tall buildings like the one we're in are built to roll.
Yeah.
So they
They sway.
We've had a couple in my building. I'm on the 15th floor, and you can see, like, I don't know how to explain it other than, like, the window sill, like the edge of the window, you see it, like, panning back and
Yeah.
forth over the city, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, like, it
Yeah.
feels like you're on a fucking...
Yeah.
My first job was in downtown when I worked for Citigroup, and we were on the 63rd floor of the tallest building, and even the small ones
Yeah.
was
Yeah, so
nuts.
you know,
Even if
right?
it was windy in those buildings, you
Yeah,
felt
so
it.
scary.
You feel like
Yeah.
it's just going to tip.
And this was post 9/11, and you know the route that planes take
Yeah.
on one of the runways for LAX, they fly right around downtown and turn around. So we were literally watching planes just circle around us all day.
Worst case. Yeah, I don't, man. All right, well, let's just hope. I mean, let's just hope we go, one of the 99. I just don't think on top of all that, I think everyone's already really on edge because of Corona.
Yeah,
And you're
we can't-
always like,
we can't have it.
we can't have it. It'd be chaos. Okay. Let's talk about corruption and shoddy governments.
Yep.
Or maybe corrupt governments is a better term. What's going on in Lebanon? The whole government stepped down?
Everyone left.
Okay, so everyone's out, and so it's just defund the government over there.
It is pretty much everything that bad that can happen post a crisis like this is happening in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And I mean, all these cabinet members, the prime minister, all these people, and just sayonara. Who's going to be
And here's why.
the Hezbollah-backed president is potentially
So
gonna,
let's talk about speculation on why. They all are corrupt. They've been stealing money from the IMF,
Yeah.
from the UN, wherever they're getting aid.
Yeah.
It's going to the hands of these politicians, not the people of Lebanon, which is why there's so
Yeah.
much poverty. So now the microscope's coming on Lebanon,
Yeah.
and they're like, fuck it, peace. I'm
out.
out. They probably all fled to countries where they can't get extradited.
Cabo.
I mean, this feels like the defund the police argument and how, bad that could turn out. The whole government just left.
But they didn't want to defund their corrupt pockets.
Yeah, they
That's
left.
the problem.
It's like the Indian apartment owner
Yeah.
Northridge.
out in Northridge.
Yeah.
Said, fuck it. Shit collapsed. I'm out.
I'm out. I don't want to deal.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah. Bad construction, whatever, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. It seems, in all seriousness, it seems very scary.
It is very scary.
It seems like exactly like you mentioned on the last podcast, D, where the worst case scenario is allowed to happen.
Yep.
All right. I also want to mention, because this was going to be my scene on social, but it's not anymore. Have you noticed, oddly, this week everything's exploding? That in Baltimore,
There's explosion too.
a place
right?
blew up because of a gas leak. And then in Russia, a gas station just exploded.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know, 2020?
Explosions are scary.
Yeah, shit's just blowing up randomly. If you want to talk about some like conspiracy stuff,
Yeah.
there you go. Those people are probably having a field day right now.
Yeah. Seriously.
All right, and then what about Hong Kong?
We touched on it in the beginning of the episode. It was really about
Jimmy Lai?
Jimmy Lai coming on. So one of the challenges of the China-Hong Kong relationship has been China now wants to put the pressure of mainland China laws onto Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Lai is this Hong Kong tycoon, owns a paper called Apple Daily. Obviously, free speech was okay in Hong Kong before.
And anti-Chinese government.
Yeah, very clearly anti-Chinese government. They rolled up in there with, I saw the picture. I mean, like, the amount of police officers in this building going to arrest him was insane. Like, they made it was made for spectacle.
Yeah, they're sending a message, and we will never hear from Jimmy Lai again.
Yeah.
No.
Poor Jimmy.
So this is everyone's worst fear.
Yeah.
That China's going to come in and exert their force. And they took a media tycoon down. That's like going in prison and beating up the toughest guy. That's what they just did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, you're taking on these are very wealthy people.
They're sending a message. If you speak poorly about the People's Republic of China, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
No lie.
Imagine what they're going to do with their TikTok powers. You don't dance well, they're going to come and arrest you.
Yeah, what's up, Charlie?
Yeah.
Better get to fucking dancing.
Yeah. You took a day off? You think you could take off on Sundays?
What's Dixie doing? Get to work. Fill in. And I mean, this is exactly everything that the Hong Kong protests are all about, right? So they don't give a single fuck.
No. This is why, like, when I see the amount of people that continue to defend TikTok, like people treat TikTok like it's fucking Martin Luther King.
Well, yeah, because people just love to.
It's just a joke.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
People are just in the mood to be offended.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope Joe Biden becomes president. The first thing he does, ban TikTok.
I think by that time,
Reban it. I want to reban.
I want a China style.
I want to reban.
By the way, day one, I'd like to reban TikTok.
Yeah, and you know what? NBA, you're out of China too.
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah.
35 days till September 15th for TikTok to find a U.S. owner.
I mean,
and it's assuming that China will sell it. That's what people don't get.
And Twitter can't afford it?
No, Twitter can't afford it.
The dark horse was Disney coming in because the guy has ties to Disney.
Sure.
And maybe they
need to replace ESPN because that's pretty much done.
Yeah.
At one point, ESPN was half of Disney's profits.
Yeah.
Take TikTok.
Yep.
Let's place bets. 35 days out.
No buyer.
October 1, is TikTok available for download in the U.S.?
No.
Yeah, I agree. It's not going to be.
I'm going to go yes.
And then the SJ Dubs have to go against Trump on this one.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they're fighting.
No, they don't.
Like, you took our thing. I don't know.
They're like, you can do whatever you want in mainland China. You don't want to give human rights to people.
Yeah.
You don't want to give free speech. We don't care.
We
have to dance to WAP.
Yes,
we need to dance to
that
WAP.
has to be the biggest song. That has to be the biggest song on TikTok, right?
I haven't checked yet.
I don't know.
Gotta be.
P?
But I don't know. It's pretty vulgar.
Yeah.
That wet ass P word.
Okay.
Well, the wet ass
right.
P word is by far the #1 song in every streaming service.
It is, right?
Yeah. Wasn't that like it's insane?
I just wonder.
So those that don't know, WAP is a song
Number
with
1 right now on Spotify.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Yep.
Came out Friday to a lot of fanfare.
And a lot of hate.
A lot of hate. People didn't like the word P, pussy, being a very vulgar word. Wet ass P.
Wet ass pussy.
Yes, wet ass pussy.
Pete. Wet ass Pete.
What's
Wet ass P.
yeah? What's
What's up, WAP?
that's a WAP.
I'm start calling you
you
WAP
WAP?
from now.
Yeah. What's interesting, what I don't like about it is why people are hating on it is like, do you know how many songs that guys make.
Slob on my knob.
Oh, way worse.
Way worse. I'll give you two.
Wait, what's Kanye's line?
I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick fuck.
Yeah.
That's it. That's our president. Here's two critiques that I somewhat understand. Number one, they are in a time when the tone doesn't quite feel right because everyone's fighting for all these causes. They're taking the attention away from real. Like everyone was thrilled that Little Baby's Bigger Picture was like a chart-topping record, real substance
For
whatever.
like 4 days.
Listen, I'm not on this side. I'm just telling you what they're saying. And also the other thing is in this time when everyone's fighting and making progress, it's the sentiment that a woman, in order to do these sexual acts, needs a man to pay her bills, pay for her tuition, things like that.
I haven't listened to the lyrics of the song. Is that what they're referencing?
That's Megan Thee Stallion in particular.
But aren't they both super rich?
Yeah, but they're saying that she let him kiss her WAP and he paid her tuition because of it.
It sounds like she's got bigger problems, like running away from a person shooting you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I have a feeling she doesn't have any
What
trouble with
college
her
does
tuition.
Megan Thee Stallion go for where she needs her tuition paid?
School of Hard Knocks.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, but that's the I did a deep dive last night because I like to understand all sides.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about it in my As Seen on Social because I found a really funny side.
People seem to love this song, and
It's
just
a great
like,
song. It's an incredible song.
and yeah, it is a great song, and everything just has to have hate.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you do, there has to be a hate angle.
You have to.
Yeah, and it's a big time for that. But I will say it seems to me, and I truly believe this, it seems to me like there is no better time in the last 4 years for Kendrick Lamar to drop an album.
Oh, we got snaps and claps
Tim-
over here
Tim
from
is snapping.
Snaps and claps from Tim, and I wouldn't even expect Tim to be the one in the room to do that.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that the album's imminent, but it's not here.
This is the time everyone's all asking for substance. Here you go.
Maybe he just doesn't want to.
He doesn't
The
want-
moment's so big.
I know.
Well,
But there's
you know-
a lot of pressure.
Nas is delivering an album 2 weeks.
Yeah, he is.
8/21.
That's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited.
He will talk about those things.
Yeah.
Pretty. He'll hit it on the nose because I don't think he's clearly.
But Kendrick could have the #1.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe he doesn't want the pressure. Because if
That's-
you don't deliver, then you're crickets.
I mean, at least J. Cole's taking shots. You know, he said
Yeah.
he's doing okay.
Yeah.
Records are fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're an artist like these guys, just put it out. Who cares?
I agree,
I
man.
don't
You
know
got
why
to take
you
a shot.
overthink it.
This is the chance for like Kendrick Lamar. He already has, but you could literally go down in history for the rest of your life
For like Tupac.
from this moment.
I have a feeling he just doesn't care about the
Yeah,
fanfare.
I don't feel like he cares.
That he's just like, I'll put the art out when I'm ready. Because he's, of all the top rappers, he's, I think, the most like an artist.
Yeah.
Like he probably is just like, I'm
agree.
doing me and I do it when I want to.
I agree. I think you're
Whereas
right.
like Drake's a corporate machine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, 100 million here.
Like, oh, Caribbean music's high. All right.
Then he made a song for TikTok. That's
Yes.
how big of a corporate machine Drake
Well,
is.
Drake looks at it very simply. He's got high overhead.
It's
He's-
overhead's high.
He's probably spending. I was talking to Eric Deluxe about this. We were just joking around. How much do you think Drake, his monthly overhead nut is?
Yeah.
So first I said, I don't know, 1, maybe 2, and Eric's like, that's it? I was like, yeah, you're right. It's way more than 1 or 2 million.
I think it's 10 to 20. He's the closest thing to peak Floyd Mayweather we've ever seen.
He is. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what he's paying for the plane. What's he paying gas for the plane? For the 737?
Sure, but I'm just saying, you're talking mortgages, your squad.
Yeah.
The
His
squad's gotta
jewelry.
be-
I saw what he just bought from Jason in Beverly Hills. That's not cheap.
The squad's 30, 40 deep, right?
Yeah.
That's
But,
on
like, how much
payroll?
is comp? It's probably not that much as comp, but he has like a $400K a month jewelry budget.
Yeah.
He has a new chain every fucking month.
Yeah.
That same one he just posted. There was another one last month.
And 400 seems light.
Yeah, it is light. It is light.
Where he's in the Bahamas, or where is he? Somewhere in the Caribbean.
So
Barbados. But
yes.
the word is that his next record deal is going to be like monumental, never before seen in history.
like $1 billion.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think he's actually reached the point where he can't go broke.
Because of streaming.
Yeah,
you're
'cause
gonna
of
get
streaming.
The,
Yeah,
you
you're
get the
right.
checks forever.
I know. Well, ask Anthony. I know he's coming on the next episode.
Yeah.
He shared some numbers with me. I don't know if he'll share them on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll ask him about Drake's spending.
Yeah. That's what I really want to know. Spending to me is more important than the earnings.
He can give
But
us
I
the
don't
PC
think he can
version.
spend as much as he's earning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How much is he making in a year?
In the hundreds. He's not making 20 million.
I know. It's just,
He's not 25
curious.
sitting on 25 million anymore.
Yeah, he's 25 cent on 2.5 billion.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think because
He's gonna
of,
be a billionaire.
because of the
Yeah.
catalog, I don't think he can go broke.
Yeah.
I think it's a LeBron James type thing, right? Like where LeBron signed the $1 billion Nike deal. Like I think that'll
money-
be Drake's.
Yeah.
Because think about it, it's not like Floyd Mayweather or Tyson where all of a sudden you stop earning.
Yeah.
Those songs are going to be played forever.
And my
Yeah.
guess is Drake, you know, being like a smart person, he's probably invested well. He's probably
I actually don't even think so. I think he just makes too much fucking
you
money.
can't even spend it.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
I mean,
don't know,
Unless he's taking Berkshire Hathaway type bets, like I'm going to put $1 billion in Apple.
That's the thing. Like I
He
think
might
that's,
have put in $1 billion in
I think
Apple.
that's boring for those guys.
Yeah.
You know, like what do you even do that moves the needle? You're like, ah, fuck, I could go to Jason in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Here's $1 million bucks.
Richard meal that I just gotta get.
What's crazy is you can't even like tour or go to the club with like, where are you going that you need a $500,000 watch or necklace,
He'll
whatever.
fly
you want?
30 people to Barbados.
And you go
on a
look at my fucking
737
chain.
with
And
a
you
huge-
guys can all come in and how good it is.
Well, I guess he's one of the few people in music that can flex like that because everyone else is probably
Broke.
all their earnings are just falling off a cliff.
I haven't
Can you
seen a lot of
imagine?
nice chains.
Can you imagine that the whole narrative is all the money from music is now in touring and touring is now gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that means 90% of artists are effed.
Think
Yeah.
about, I just thought about this, like Spotify could probably get some really sweetheart deals with artists, right?
Yeah, make
that
them-
are just desperate for money.
Big time.
'Cause
They could clean house.
Think about the Vegas DJs, the big ones like Marshmello, that's gone. Those
Yeah.
were like $30-50 million contracts.
Yeah. They're gone for a long time too.
Okay. Wet ass Pete, why don't you read us some ads?
some wet ass ads.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the ad portion of this podcast. That's right. If you're hearing this voice right now, it is me, your boy Pete, the guy who reads the ads around here because nobody else has time. So today, I'm going to bring you more about the Menlo Club. That's right. If you've been listening to these ads before, which I assume all of you have, and all of you, a majority of you have signed up for the Menlo Club. And if you haven't, you need to get over there right now because what I'm about to tell you and what I've forgotten to tell you in the past, it's about the sweetest, the most beneficial, and the utmost greatest part about being a part of the Menlo Club, and that is that you get 25% off the store plus free shipping on all of your orders. That's right. I'm talking about New Republic, Grand Running Club, 5-4. If you head over to their sites and order anything from them as a Menlo Club member, you get 25% off. So it pays off to be a part of the Menlo Club. Head over to themenlohouse.com, sign up for the Menlo Club using code D2020. That's DEE 2020. And for only $45, you're going to get that first package plus a bonus item of the Bowery Canvas sneaker. The shoe of the summer, the lightweight canvas sneaker that is great for literally any occasion. Whether you're bumming around the house, bumming around to town, going and running errands, or heading to the beach, you're going to have a shoe that is easy to slip on, slip off, lightweight, comfortable, breathable, your new favorite shoe. And then after you fall so much in love with that shoe, you're going to head back over to New Republic and buy their new Apollo because why? You get 25% off plus free shipping. That's right. As a member, you get that 25% off and free shipping. So don't miss out. Don't wait any longer. Head over to menlohouse.com, code D2020. And that's going to get you that $45 first package plus that New Republic sneaker. And as a member, you get 25% off plus free shipping. I can't sell this anymore. This can't get any better of a deal. It pays off to be members around here. Plus, if I get enough of you to sign up, I was promised an even sweeter deal for all of you. I don't know what exactly that'll look like, but I've been told since you guys have been signing, so many of you have been signing up, we're going to get a pretty sweet deal soon. So sit back, sign up, and wait for the value to just keep going through the roof. Okay. Let's get back into the episode, but before we do that, go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/groupchatpod. Subscribe to our channel. We're on there like 2 or 3 times a week now. If you don't know what that is, it's a live platform for you to directly engage with us. We can read all the comments while you do it. You can flip on and off. You can just watch in the background. You can pull it up. You can do it all. So don't miss out. Group Chat Pod over on twitch.tv. Let's go. It's just streaming, live streaming. We're back. It's a great platform. You'll love it. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Let's get back into the episode.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Great job.
time to dry off.
Time to dry off. Those are some wet ass ads, man.
I have to say, I saw a lot of redemptions for the Menlo Club code. So
Yeah.
it's converting.
What up now?
It's working, man. He's been
I
practicing.
told you guys it would work.
You took our advice.
Lower the volume
Yeah.
of your voice.
No. See,
that
this
is
is
the
It was
problem.
our advice that
No,
worked.
no. Guys. It's,
I'm- you
it's
know
bigger
what?
than that. It's so much bigger than that. You
Okay.
guys aren't understanding this. Let me explain.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Okay,
I
then
don't give a
rebuttal.
shit what you're going to explain.
I know you don't. Because you don't
Second,
understand.
Everyone who complains about Pete's ads,
Yeah.
I want you to message me tomorrow.
Sure.
Yep.
Pete has access to my Instagram.
Yes, I see it all.
Literally right. Pete, I don't like your ads.
Great. And tell me why.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, I'm building a community in these ads. It's all about the community. I could literally speak in Chinese if I wanted to.
Okay,
as
you
long
know
as I
what?
give
Yeah,
them
but
a
you
good
wanna
deal.
step one to
Then
building
go
a
start
community.
speaking in Chinese,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
traitor.
Yeah.
Fucking traitor.
All of our ads are now in Mandarin.
Yeah.
The way to build a community, Pete, is not to scream at them. And
No, I don't scream at them.
We
They-
had to tell you to stop.
No, you didn't even listen to them. There was little to no screaming.
I would get up and go to the bathroom and I'd hear, hey, guys.
You know, they like to be excited. This is the best part of the pod, so I just bring the energy.
Okay.
Look,
You seem rattled, Pete.
no, not at all. Not one little bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because redemptions are flying through the roof, which means whew,
Are you sure you're not rattled?
not at all. I couldn't get rattled if you rattled me.
Sounds a lot like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Great transition.
You know?
Incredible.
Donald Trump the other day was this yesterday?
Yeah.
Was doing a press conference. All of a sudden, bald white guy comes out on stage, says, sir, can you come with me? He says, what? Everyone started, what? Cameras start flat going crazy. This is like this real moment you sort of see. You're like, what the fuck is happening? The guy whispers in his ear, shuffles him off the stage. What just happened? Nuclear missile codes activated. What happened?
I'm going to share so Anand put it in our group chat with our friends, and I never turn on the TV for anything news related. I don't give a shit. And I saw that, and because I remember 9/11 when George Bush got pulled, and I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with anything more right now. I'm like looking, by the way, Spectrum sucks. I mean, I have Spectrum. It's just trash. DirecTV was so much better. So I click on the TV, Spectrum, no channel works. Finally.
I thought you had the fucking
here's-
everything
I do.
package.
But it doesn't work.
So I was watching it. I watch all the Trump press conferences. Must see TV for me. I won't miss it. Just like you won't miss Joe Rogan, I'm not missing Trump.
He rallies every single time it comes on. He starts calling people. There's
I
everything
know.
going on.
That's why one thing I miss about coming into the office.
He fucking sounds the alarm.
So so it's generally around 2 or 3. I'm sitting in the office, and as soon as I see him on, but I go to Fox News because Bloomberg cuts in and out.
Yep.
So does CNN and MSNBC. Fox
is
News
not,
they're
yeah.
giving him the full rally time.
Yep.
So I have it on Fox News. I'm watching it, and he's just rattling off the stock market, and I'm like, okay, he's just doing his typical. So I'm like kind of paying attention, and then I'm just like, I catch myself looking up, and I see the dude walk over, and I was like, what? And then he goes, okay, and he just like storms out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is nuts, because then that's
You
when
knew in that moment, like, whoa.
yeah, he's in the middle of like bragging about the stock market
Yeah.
for the Secret Service to walk in and interrupt him and just take him quickly. So they take him out. We don't know where he's been taken immediately. They lock the press room. So now the cameras are on the press room. All the journalists are staring outside. Everyone's on their phone.
And they're still live?
Complete panic, all live. And then they're cutting to now all the pundits trying to say like, I'm covering the White House a long time. I haven't seen that before. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then D turned it on.
Yeah. And then they found someone approaching a Secret Service person outside the White House. Person got shot. We haven't heard any details yet. What's best is I actually continue to watch it, leave it on. They come back on. He's like, where he says, I don't get rattled. And then they go questions. And this woman says a question, and she's wearing a mask, and he starts laughing. He's like, and she's from Brazil, I think. He's like, I can't understand you.
I will say, too.
And then right after that, he goes, OAN. And the OAN woman comes, and OAN's smart. They hire like a cute chick that that like president probably likes, and she goes, do you think the vice president candidate potentially being Susan Rice is so that they can cover up Obamagate?
And what did he say?
I mean, like, I was like, literally, like, this is allowed. This stupid line of questioning is allowed in the White House.
So I heard this story from someone who worked for a real estate developer that in order to get him to look at any docs or sign anything, you had to send a pretty woman.
Yeah.
And like you would never get your deal done if he needed to approve something. If you tried to do it as a not a pretty woman, zero chance he's looking at your docs. And this is how this real estate developer would get things done quickly with Donald Trump. They would send a pretty woman. Oh, here, Donald Trump, like we need these. Boom, sign. Let's go.
Yeah. So OAN just probably flooded with hot girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I
ask me
can
anything.
imagine
Literally,
OAN
Pizzagate, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I got an
I
hour.
actually think it's smart that I think now that I think about it, it's smart he didn't pick Susan Rice, Joe Biden, because the amount of vitriol Obama
Yeah.
elicits from a percentage of the population that's not small.
Yeah.
And if you just ran negative Obama ads with Susan Rice's
Yeah.
face, it's
gonna end-
disastrous.
yeah.
Totally.
The Kenyans are coming back.
Yes.
Yep. I just love this guy got back on stage and said, do I seem rattled?
Yeah.
No. Apparently, there was something outside. Someone was shot. A person was shot. Secret Service did their job quickly, and then now we don't know anything. Like, what happened? Was this an accident? Because you think that if this was a perfectly justified shooting, the story would be out right away.
Yeah.
It seems like the Secret Service opened fire right outside the White House. Don't
Yeah.
you think we should, as American citizens, know more about what happened?
Speaking of the SJ Dubs, I feel like one might have caught a bullet.
Yeah.
I feel like we got an accidental protester. Okay. All right. Well, listen.
I
Trump,
will
the
get
president
to,
does not get rattled.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
To his credit, he did not seem rattled.
He was
He
not.
didn't.
No.
He doesn't care if someone got shot.
But even in that moment when the guy's like, "Sir," like
He's
from
like-
off the stage,
He's like, "Why?"
He's like, "What? Why? Okay. All right, let's go. I'll go with you,
I'll go have a snack.
sir. It's snack time." Imagine.
OAN lady, come over here.
That's,
It's
I'm
snack
telling
time.
you,
you know-
term number 2. That's the type of shit that's gonna happen.
Because you know Donald Trump doesn't have the perspective to know that the Secret Service is interrupting a press conference, probably something bad really happened.
Yeah.
He's probably like, "What? Job numbers are good?
Yeah.
What do I? You want to
Totally.
give
You
me
want to
some?"
tell me back here? All right. Cool. Okay. Also, speaking of 2 hot topics, Trump and TikTok, what is the update? I saw this article about some tech investor that's invested in TikTok, also friends with Donald Trump. He's the bridge. What's the story
it's a
there?
Sequoia investor. And Sequoia is, I think, the largest investor in ByteDance, or one of the larger investors in ByteDance.
Probably one of the larger U.S. investors.
And they, so one of the persons at Sequoia leading the investment there, he is very chummy with our president. Doug Leone is his name. He's given $400,000 in the past 2 years. So he didn't not only liked the hopes of him becoming president, he thought he's done an excellent job the last 2 years, where he gave another $400,000 to helping Trump get reelected. And interesting to see how it plays out as someone that clearly financially benefits if TikTok does well. That's like the interesting correlation. Like, how can Trump be influenced? $400,000, you should be able to get in the president's ear about what you want to do.
And from all reports, it says he has direct access to Donald Trump. So for context, of people who don't follow kind of Silicon Valley, Sequoia is the most successful firm probably ever in Silicon Valley.
Investing, yeah.
In tech investing. And their other main partner, Michael Moritz, is apparently a big Democratic booster. But now tech Twitter has taken to the tech founders on Twitter and saying, do you want to take money from Sequoia?
I
The
do.
answer is yes.
Yeah. Just kidding. We'll take it from Saudi Arabia, China. Who's got the
now
money?
that we know no one cares, you should take money from anyone.
Yeah, we were taking money, not we, but tech companies were taking money from Saudi Arabia, and you're going to criticize someone taking money that supports Donald Trump?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's like the argument that we've talked about of people being so outraged over Donald Trump, but not caring about what's going on in China.
Yeah.
This is really a human issue. There's a way bigger picture.
Exactly.
Yep.
I gotta run, but I wanted to do today's As Seen on Social Day. So I wanted to. I was excited about mine, so I was hoping maybe we could squeeze it in here and then
Okay, let's
I'll
hear
take
it.
off and you guys finish the last 3 topics. Mine is back to WAP, not wet ass Pete, but the other P word. So it drew all this crazy support, everyone dying over it and loving it, and then all these people hating it. One of the main people that spoke out against it was good old Ben Shapiro. I don't know how familiar our listeners are with Ben Shapiro, but I would urge you to just take a listen. Not because what I think he's saying is necessarily right, but he's just a one-of-a-kind guy. He's from the Valley, right?
Valley Jewish guy.
Fellow Valley native.
My whole life was Valley Jewish guys.
Was Ben Shapiro's, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did a piece about WAP, and he read, the big thing that's just like breaking the internet is he read the lyrics. And hearing this like super Puritan, no sex before marriage Jewish guy from the Valley recite the lyrics of Wet Ass Pussy is
That's good stuff.
something special. And I will say he missed the mark in my opinion. I think he does make a lot of interesting points. He tried to tie it to like, this is what feminism was for. Like feminists fought for this. I think it was a reach. I think he was just offended by the song and tried to make it bad.
Yep.
But man, I mean, this guy reading the lyrics is just something you should all check out. And I hope someone does like a remix where you actually put the beat and then you have, people do that and you alter his voice.
You know what impresses me about guys like Ben Shapiro and why they're so successful is they don't break character.
Never.
It's
and they're so
unbelievable.
confident.
And they never apologetic for anything.
They don't apologize for anything. They always have the exact same angle on every issue. Like it's so predictable.
And this is what Candace Owens does too, is their memory of stats is so incredible that you can't even like debate them because they just stat you to death.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't know the cause of that.
Yeah.
But sure, in 1970, the job rates in Atlanta, Georgia, like what? How am I supposed to even say anything?
Yeah.
So the key for misinformation, memorize a bunch of useless stats, make them up if you want.
It's true.
And just
and
use them
slightly
in
skew them all
argument.
your way.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do?
43% of people always believe I'm right.
78% of Indians in Los Angeles that went to USC are billionaires.
Yeah.
And then that's the start of the debate.
Yes.
All right, I guess you're right. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Who's checking that stat out?
Jesus. Okay. So anyway, everyone check it out. This is a good moment on the internet.
Okay.
What do you got, D?
I got breaking news. The Pac-12, the sports conference, and the Big Ten, another sports conference, have delayed football,
Wow.
delayed sports for the fall. Pac-12 said they'll look at it for spring. Big Ten says they've canceled it altogether for the time being. It looks like it's just going to be like Alabama and LSU just playing each other every weekend. They should just do that like in the middle of like some swamp field and let them just...
No, they should do it and pack 100,000 every day.
20 games, best of 20.
But and all 100,000 seats have to be filled.
No, we can't. Any space between seats. No mask. I don't want to see a fucking mask in this goddamn fucking stadium.
They better all be thrown in the ocean
And you
long before that.
have to have a pre-existing condition.
And you must have
I'm-
diabetes, heart disease.
I mean, you go to an Alabama game, my guess is pre-existing condition is part of your season ticket package.
Oh, man. Shots fired. Well, it looks like you can't go to China or the South.
Yeah, don't.
I wasn't planning on ever going back to the Southeast. I could fly right into Miami.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's pretty big. I wonder what's going to happen, man. I feel like all fall things are going to open and get canceled.
I think like the NFL has the bandwidth and the resources to execute the season, and they're going to push it through no matter. So much money is at stake. College football, my biggest thing with college football and college sports in general, especially college football, this is such a money making machine.
Yeah,
I'm like, fine. You want Trevor Lawrence, the great hope of college football? Cut him a check.
Yeah.
You get $100,000 this year if you play. He wants to play anyways. You're going to exploit all these kids anyways. Let everyone eat on the action.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what we need. The Rock.
Yeah.
Get your XFL, have a college division.
Yeah.
Why not?
Get all the stars. Pay them.
If you did a bubble-like situation for XFL, everyone come to Hawaii
Yeah.
for the next 3 months, and we're going to play football every single day.
That'd be sick.
Sick.
Yeah.
There's islands in Hawaii. There's no one's at.
Use Zuck's island.
What?
That's what the government should do. Make Zuck give up his island. Build
football.
stadiums.
Wipe off
Zuck
the
would be
fucking
a hero.
sunscreen.
I would give over my data instantly.
You already are.
Yeah. I would just, with permission now.
Yeah.
I do think it sucks for draft prospects that were kind of on the fringe.
Yeah. Oh,
And
my
you were
God.
showcasing your junior year, and you had a shot to make. There's a lot of times where you wouldn't have made it unless that junior season you just blew up, and now that doesn't exist.
There are dreams derailed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hope The Rock solves it. What's his name on Ballers again?
Spencer Strasburg.
Spencer Strasburg, man. Get in there. Anand, what do you got?
So the last Blockbuster, the video rental store on Earth, is in Bend, Oregon. And now you can go rent it on Airbnb to stay overnight.
You know what
It's
happened?
$4.
You know what?
It's $4.
$4.
That's probably what it was to rent a movie.
Yeah,
Is there
maybe.
just homeless people saying? Scrounge up $4.
Yeah, $4 is not that bad. And the irony is, Blockbuster got bend over by Netflix.
Look at that. Look at that.
City
little,
pun.
Look at that little city pun.
Blockbuster should try to get a loan to solve the COVID crisis like it's in Kodak.
Yeah, that could work.
Blockbuster drugs. I would want a vaccine from Blockbuster drugs.
You're right. You could rent PPE. I don't know what else you could rent. All right. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys finish.
Got
I'll
some
see you on
business news.
Friday.
Yeah. All right, on to business news. Here is some very interesting news. Kind of scary and good at the same time. Robinhood is seeing 4.3 million daily average. Is that users?
Must be.
Daily average revenue trades. So are they effectively saying 4 million people a day are trading on Robinhood?
4.3 million daily average revenue trades. That means there's 4.3 million transactions a day.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean unique transactions.
They're number one. The second is TD Ameritrade with 3.84, Interactive Brokers at 1.86, Charles Schwab at 1.8, E-Trade at 1.1. I mean, this is a juggernaut of a company.
Yeah, that's a lot of data that Citadel and Renaissance can trade in front of.
It's great. It's great to know for a split second that every idiot's going to go buy Tesla stock and they can go run it up in the meanwhile.
But the only silver lining of the Robinhood experience is that it coincided with what potentially probably would have been the worst economic crash in terms of the stock market ever if the Fed didn't pump all that money in.
Yeah.
So at least they didn't lose their life savings. Because imagine if the Fed didn't pump in and it was the random retailing guy that was buying Apple, buying Tesla when they were down in March.
And it kept going down.
kept going down. They would have been
catastrophic.
devastated.
I mean, it just shows, like, I remember when I first read in late March, early April, when the market started picking up, I was like, how Robinhood traders were swinging the market. And I was like, I just couldn't, it's like you're talking billions and trillions of dollars are traded. And now to see it, 4.3 million trades is insane.
4.3 million trades that went either bought or sold.
That's insane. So if for example, like someone like a Dave Portnoy who has clout, he starts pumping up a stock, 1 million people can, even if they invested only $100 a piece, that's $100 million.
No, it's the scary part. What the downside of all this is that there's guys on Twitter that pump these penny stocks, and then Portnoy's following some of these trades.
Yeah.
And the swings are crazy. They go from like 2 to 12 to 4.
Yeah. Because, his voice is so powerful.
And, the market caps of these penny stocks are
nothing.
nothing, right? So it's like a $30 million company. It doesn't take much to go from a $30 million to $100 million back down to 40.
No. And what's crazy is, not forget penny stocks, but because you're seeing this much volume on Robinhood, and most of it's going long, right? Very, very
very few
is going short. So I don't even see, like, all the most negative news has come out already. It doesn't get worse from here. It should only get better. There's no foreseeable path to any downside to the stock market in the near term if 4-point-something million Robinhood traders are going to keep buying. And if stimulus comes out and you get $400 a week, that's where it's going. It's not going to travel. It's going to Robinhood.
Yeah, but if the institutions start taking profits, that's when you'll start to see swings. I think the election and the uncertainty of the election and what if it gets tied up in courts, those types of things can crater the market.
So one of the things that I think could crater the market are, one, a vaccine fully being distributed kills those 5 big tech stocks. because then the money will come out of that. And then people are like, oh, everyone's going to start flying again. And the airlines start flying. There's not enough cash to pump all these companies up. But I think the big tech stocks get hurt and then the money gets rotated out. The other is if Joe Biden wins and there has been talk of changing capital gains, then at the end of the year, everyone's just going to dump it. You might as well. It's such a huge difference at what the potential capital gains increase is. You have to sell your stock this year.
Yeah, so if there is a blue wave sweep, meaning the House, Senate, and the presidency, the market will correct.
Yeah.
Because they're going to tax, if they have all three branches,
you're gonna tax everything.
They're going to tax everything.
Yeah.
The radical ideas from Warren and Sanders can now be implemented.
Yeah.
And well, obviously, I'm fully Biden over Trump. Having balance does matter.
Yeah. Senate is still tough to flip. It's not guaranteed it's happening.
I'm just saying, Senate's unlikely to flip.
Yeah.
But it's something to watch.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think that there's going to be a lot of movement in the stock market in the coming months. Stay tuned. If you want to know where everyone else is spending their money, I assumed it was Robinhood. Foot Locker is booming because of stimulus checks. So what's happening is you're seeing young people, call it anyone under 25. They're taking stimulus check and just spending it.
Yes.
And you see it. Walk around Melrose. There's bags.
We were talking about if you go to Rodeo.
It's all kids.
It's Fairfax.
Yeah.
The Fairfax kid got bored of Fairfax. It's now Rodeo.
Yeah, Fairfax is dead because they're probably not open. And by the way, I'm getting $1,600 every month not doing anything.
I was in downtown at the Jewelry District. It's Fairfax.
Yeah.
These kids got their stimulus and they're spending it.
Yeah, and I think there's clear benefactors of stimulus checks. And if you're thinking about a business opportunity, think about the lifestyle change and think about where people are going to spend their money if this is how we're going to live for the next year. And it's so obvious when you start thinking about that. Because all these shifts in behavior, all these shifts in who now has money and disposable income, they're choosing it. Like wealthier people are choosing it on furniture and improving their home. Young people are spending it on themselves just to get like instant gratification. And it's all going to e-com players. So Foot Locker, who was already kind of set up to thrive in the e-commerce environment, is doing well. I'm sure Nike e-com is on fire. I'm sure Adidas, you take all those culturally relevant Fashion Nova, all these folks who really target younger people. I'm sure they're all doing fine on e-com.
Yep, totally.
It's going to be really interesting to see. It's also kind of sad that everyone's just spending all their money.
But consumption isn't a bad thing. So you can criticize kids for spending on useless shit, but at least they're spending it.
Yeah.
Because you need that spending keeps the economy going.
Sure.
To an extent.
I mean, knowing what we know that the next couple of years is going to be difficult and unemployment is going to remain high. Even the most optimistic Fed person who are conservatives think it's going to be double digit at the end of this year. That's really high, double digit.
But it's funny that the Republican senators like Ted Cruz are tweeting about, let's just give $1 million to everyone. I mean, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's not $1 million. We're talking $600 a week.
Yeah.
And then the big IPO news of the day, Airbnb has filed to go public.
I think this is going to be a home run.
Blockbuster IPO. My gut tells me timing is bad for them. They should have already done it. I think it gets pushed to next year. I think.
Wait, why don't you think they're going to get out?
It's going to be madness in 60 days. Absolute.
The market could turn, you're saying.
Yes, and they just like, what were you doing the last 3 months? I'm sure like it didn't. Once you knew it didn't matter, you should have just put anything out.
I think they wanted, which I think proved true to them, is to show that as places reopen, Airbnb is going to see a huge benefit, which I think is clearly happening. We can see it. Just look at the way Taylor and all his friends are living. Yeah. They're just going from city to city, Airbnb-ing in places they would have never gone. So they needed at least 2 months of data because everything was shut until June.
I mean, it's blockbuster. When this thing comes out, it's going to be the biggest thing in the world. that whatever valuation it is, it's going to triple.
Yeah, think about if Robinhood people are obsessed with Tesla, Robinhood kids are
Actually experiencing Airbnb.
Yes.
Nobody who buys their stock owns the damn car.
Right. And this is going to be an amazing deal. They raised $1 billion in a convertible note in the middle of the crisis because they were just like shoring up cash. Those groups are going to crush.
Yeah.
Because they basically were backstopped that
Yeah.
if it didn't go IPO at a certain rate, it converted lower.
It was very expensive too. I remember hearing
It was like double-digit
interest.
yield on a convertible note and $1 billion.
It's insane.
Insane.
Double digit.
With the IPO upside.
Yeah. So
Good for them.
Yeah. They're going to make a Silver Lake?
Yeah,
What is it?
Silver Lake let it.
And I think, I just think this is a blockbuster IPO. This is like, Drake going public. If Drake went public, he would be worth. He should go public.
He should SPAC himself. The
Easily.
Drake SPAC?
OVO? Oh my God.
Drake could raise $1 billion.
Easily. Just to think about all the venture investors just want to be down with him.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone should be SPACing. If you're famous, SPAC.
Yeah. The Rock's back.
Kill it.
Put the XFL into it.
Easily.
It would work. All right. Well, let's get into, I think that's it for today. Let's get into some shout outs. We've got some big shout outs.
This might be our biggest list ever.
Biggest list ever. First one is a friend of the pod, Ryan Tierney. His sister, Lauren, out in Chicago, just turned 23.
All right.
Lauren also did the half marathon, GRC half marathon. I saw that.
Incredible.
That's
I assume
awesome.
she listens. If
She-
you're shouting her out.
She must be a fan of the pod unless Ryan just doing it for himself. So Lauren, happy birthday. I'm sure, is Chicago kind of open or not really?
I think outdoors open.
Okay.
Iffy, yeah.
Iffy. Okay. Well, enjoy yourself. The next one is my man Pablo out in Scottsdale, who I've actually gotten to meet several times out there during run events. He's turning 38, and I've met him and his girlfriend, and great people, longtime Menlo Club member, done the GRC challenges, group chat fan. Happy birthday. He's a great guy. Wish you all the best, bro. I'm sure you guys have something fun planned. You guys always look like you're doing activities. And then we got Eddie here that wants to wish his girlfriend, Erica, a happy 22nd birthday. She's from Maryland, and she's a loved cat mom and future seltzer queen. Not too sure what that means.
I don't get why you're a future seltzer queen. She's of age. She could be a seltzer queen today.
Is seltzer assuming alcohol?
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
So she's really...
Not all. I guess Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean soda water. It's not
Yeah.
hard seltzer. So I think we want some clarification, Erica, on your birthday. Are you hard seltzer or are you soft seltzer?
Are you truly gal?
Yeah. And then we have, this is exactly when an adult asks for a shout out. My man Sean Stewart and his wife, 14-year wedding anniversary, Brennan Stewart. He's an educator. He's out in the school district. He's actually the person that turned us on to Chad.
Really?
Yes. He's the one that sent Chad the thing when I said I'm looking for a videographer. He's been with us since day one. First episode about Complex Con. So thank you, Sean. He's always been supporting over everything we do. Menlo Club member. Brought Chad to us. We have gotten a lot of interest in Chad's most recent behavior. Some people feel that he has gone alt-right.
He hasn't gone.
Well, I unfollowed him. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Sean and Brennan, can you please tell us how you feel about Chad being alt-right? I don't think we feel like he has gone. He is. His Instagram shows it.
To be fair, it's nothing to do with race stuff. It is all to do with masks.
Yes.
He's obsessed with the idea of not wearing masks.
And he thinks the mainstream media is fake news.
He thinks the mainstream. So
He thinks COVID's fake.
he thinks COVID's fake, and it looks like it drove Pete to an unfollow.
I was okay. Maybe I'll follow him back some other day. But as long as that's around, I was like,
it is good
I'm okay.
content. I'm always clicking on his Instagram stories.
Interesting.
Curious to see how he views the world.
What conspiracy theory he's pushing.
Yes. But happy wedding anniversary. 14 years is no joke. It's on August 12th. Enjoy. Do something safe. Do something fun.
He's got a new brand. What about his brand?
Oh, I didn't even see the brand.
He said, and Sean, me, just launched a new brand called Catalyst.
Oh, Catalyst. Blue light blockers, eyewear, and accessories. Group chat giveaway coming soon. So look out for Catalyst. Blue light lenses are very important in today's climate. That's a perfect example of a business that adapted to what's happening in the world today.
Well,
People are sitting on their screens all day. I need a pair of blue light lenses.
Yeah, send some over and we'll review them on the pod.
Okay. Pete wants a pair.
Maybe I'll do an ad read for them.
Wow. Okay.
Now he's just selling our ad budget for
I'm
free
just selling
shit.
the ad budget.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday.
How about Morgan Stewart?
Oh, yeah.
Does
wow.
she listen to this or no? I assume no, but
I mean, she's very busy. She works a
Okay,
lot.
right.
But Morgan Stewart, good friend of mine, friend of the pod, announced that she's having a baby with her new fiance, Jordan McGraw. I've got to meet the lucky young man, Jordan. He's a great guy.
Baby girl.
They're having a baby girl. So excited to see Morgan as a mother. I've known Morgan a very, very long time. So it's really fun to see like people you knew as like essentially kids now be parents. But it's going to be exciting to see. It'll be fun. I'm sure.
Talk about engagement. She has 1.4 million followers, and her video of the baby gender reveal has 1.1 million views.
Holy shit. She's a star.
That's crazy.
she is a real influencer.
Yeah, she is a real star.
Post our episode. You should just keep sending all our group chat clips. Maybe she just accidentally posts one.
Yeah.
We're going to have Morgan come on and talk about being a mom. That'll be fun. All right, anything else?
Nope.
I'm getting hungry.
Twitch, we're really big on Twitch.
We're really big on Twitch. So check
Twitch
us out
is
on
great.
Thursday.
We just did behind closed doors here yesterday with Anand. A lot of great engagement there.
A lot of engagement, a lot of
Where
good
are
questions.
emotes?
Emotes, well, we can't get them until we're verified. I have them ready.
How do you get verified?
I'm waiting for Eric Deluxe to put the plug through to somebody else. You have to do like so many things to check off, but it'll take us a while. So we're trying to get pushed along
What
the
are
line
some
by
of the things
Eric.
you have to check off? Maybe
You have to stream for like so many hours. You have to have so many subscribers.
Just leave it on. Who cares? Leave it on for 2 days.
That's
fine.
true.
I'm working on it. It's right around the corner.
Okay.
But plenty of emotes.
I love Twitch. I'm a big Twitch. They actually changed their name.
To what?
Twitch Prime.
Oh, yeah, because of, right.
They're going all in with Prime.
How is it connected to Prime?
It's
I know
Amazon.
it's Amazon, but why
They
Twitch
just
Prime?
want Prime to be the brand now. Everything's Prime Video, Prime Twitch.
So eventually Twitch will be gone.
Yeah, Twitch is gone.
So if you're new to Twitch, just head over there. You can engage with us on all of our live streams. We're doing winners, losers, and content on Thursdays at around 2:15 every Thursday.
This Thursday will probably be a little later, 3:15.
Okay. We'll always update you across socials.
And we have a special guest for Thursday's Twitch.
Yeah. Who do we have?
Anthony Saleh.
Oh, yeah, Anthony's going to be here.
Ask all your questions.
Anand's out, so I'm going to ask all the Drake questions.
Yeah.
I deleted the last episodes, don't worry.
Thank you.
So all the exclusive stuff we talked about, you only can get it on live.
Yeah.
Or if I forget to delete it.
Yeah, I'll ask some risque questions to Anthony.
Nice.
On the Twitch that won't be on the recorded pod.
Nope, because I'll...
Yes, you will delete it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. See you Thursday.